It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. It is our mission to try to bring you some news you can use. Today is no exception to that rule. Follow me on X at the Mike Prince Show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And just in case you didn't know, we have a 24-hour stream that you can join in with on our website at OBMRadio.com. With all that being established, let us jump right into today's episode. Well, the men basketball program took the hardwood on yesterday, and they were victorious over Eastern Kentucky by the score of 76-64. So the Panthers now improve their record to 4-2 overall in this young basketball season. They'll next be in place on the 29th of November as they'll take on Tulane. That scheduled tip-off is for 6 p.m. Central Time. And, of course, prior to that 29th event on the 27th, women's basketball will be in place as they'll be taking on Incarnate Word. So basketball season definitely heating up. We'll be talking to the guru himself, Coach Van Pettaway, as we'll break down the X's and O's on the hardwood. We know that the stage is all set for the Southwestern Athletic Conference football championship game, December 2nd, 3 p.m., Tallahassee, Florida. FAMU will be hosting the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. Now, they are already knowing who their MEAC opponent is going to be for the Celebration Bowl, the winner between FAMU and PVU. And it will be the Howard Bison, who were the last man standing from the Mideastern Athletic Conference. Now, they won't say it publicly, but I can almost guarantee you what the TV execs are going to be saying in particular about that Celebration Bowl game. Now, although Howard historically has had a lot of signature alumni throughout contribution to the worldwide, they are not the juggernauts of drawing when it comes to football or athletics in particular. On the other hand, the FAMU Rattlers are definitely a draw. They do have the fan support. They will come out and support. And they won't tell you, and don't be offended, PV Nation, but the TV execs are going to want to see FAMU in the Celebration Bowl. Not that they have a choice per se, but for the bottom line, when it comes to money being spent. And remember, you can cheer all you want and you can root for who you want to root for. The TV execs want to see eyeballs on the tube, and they want to see people in the stadiums, so that means the bottom line will be increased. And I know that the numbers are always down, and they've been challenged throughout all of FCS and HBCU landscape, and some even went as far to tell me that they have readjusted the numbers from the 1,350 that was reported on the original report to up to 6,000. And even if that's the case, that's still shameful with a stadium that can hold 15,000, 17,000 at standing room only. But that's a whole nother beast. The bottom line is this. Something's going to have to be changed on the culture. And we talk about the culture. That's a buzzword that has really gone numb in my eardrums and everything else. We talk about culture. And how can you change this? Well, if we have better this, we can have better that. And it just helped me understand, someone, please, regardless of the amenities, this, that, and the other, why would you not support your home venues, but you'll go spend all kind of money to look the part, to travel all over, when the bottom line is that money doesn't stay. The majority of that money doesn't stay with you in your home base and supporting your program. But you would rather go and over the top with excessive things such as RVs. RVs, they're making money off these RVs, and people renting these RVs, spending $2,000-$3,000 for a weekend, but won't spend $25 for a ticket to fill the capacity where that money can go a whole lot longer, and you'll keep money in your pocket to help. Maybe you could take some of those RV spending and make a donation to a team of your said preference, whether it's football, whether it's basketball, baseball, or, I almost said rugby, but whatever the sport is. And it just baffles me. It truly, truly baffles me. But back to my point, the TV execs are wanting to see FAMU. Now, that might sound biased, might sound ugly, might even sound unfair, but that's just the bottom line. They can't help the fact that Howard was there. It would have been a better draw if Central could have held on because of proximity. People can get from Central's area to Atlanta with ease. And now they're going to be hoping that the FAMU faithful will travel to Atlanta. Now, I am for Prairie View to just disrupt all the apple core and just say, surprise, here we are. And they'll have a chance to rectify that come December 2nd. Now, we know that the first time they met this season, it wasn't pleasant. It was Panther poo all over the field once they got done with them. 45-7 was the score. But sometimes in a blowout loss like that, you can learn so much more on how not to repeat that. And I am strongly, strongly believing down in my PV spirit that the Panthers are not only going to make the necessary adjustments, but that contest is going to be a whole lot closer than what people are anticipating and what they're giving the Panthers credit for. But time will tell. Will you be one of those to travel to Tallahassee to try to support the Panthers? And if the Panthers happen to get that far down the road, would you be one to travel to the ATL to support the Panthers in the Celebration Bowl? I think I know the answer to that because, you know, we want to make sure we look the part, especially when we step outside. But I've always been reminded since I was a tad that charity begins at home. We have a successful program right now. It might not be as sexy as you would want it to be, but the realities are this. Out of the last 3 seasons, Prairie View has won 2 Western Division titles. And that's pretty consistent. In the second year of Coach Bubba McDowell leading the way, he has 2 consecutive winning seasons. 6-5. That's 12-10 overall, but it's still a winning season. Can the Panthers put enough ingenuity in their game planning and execution to pull off what would have to be considered an upset, but would you consider it a major upset or a minor upset? Either way it goes, I'm looking for the upset. Do want to remind you guys that you will be able to listen to that game throughout its entirety right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Click on that website, obnradio.com, and hit that Listen Live link, and we'll have that game for you from start to end. We're asking you who would and could to help us with a $20 donation to help us pull off this broadcast coverage for December 2nd. Visit the website, obnradio.com. Click on the donation button, send your support today, and you can also go by way of Cash App at $OBN Radio. We are in it to win it from start to finish, and we can't get down the road without your support. I am going to exit stage left. My time is far spent for today. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Do remind you that you can follow me on X at The Mike Prince Show. You can and should subscribe to that YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Hit that bell notification. That way you're going to always be kept in tune and up to date with what's being released here from the Open Mic Broadcast Network. I've got to go. My time is far spent. But until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.